I'm Ray from GameEnthus.com, and this video is about Twinkle Twinkle. Twinkle Twinkle. It's just two twinkles. It's not two twinkle twinkles. It's just one twinkle twinkle. Twinkle Twinkle is a tile placement game for 2 to 4 players, designed by Ammon Anderson. It is also published by All Play. So I'll give you a brief overview of the base game in physical form. And I'll show you a little bit of gameplay on Board Game Arena. Let's go. So this is a pre-release of the base game for Twinkle Twinkle. You're gonna have 4 star chart boards. I just happen to have the blue and the purple one up here. You're gonna have these scoring references which speak to how the various tiles are gonna score on your star chart. Comets, asteroids, black holes, planets, and satellites. But I typically have the same scoring conditions, and you also have these specifics as far as constellations. So a player is going to score a certain number of points based on how many stars are in their two largest constellations, and then score points based on the number of constellations they have, period. So I have the flat bottom bag, which is nice because it sits up. Who doesn't like that? It doesn't fall to the side. Just look at that. What more could you ask for? You have 95 tiles, which are in this bag. And of course, they are clear acrylic tiles. So the planets, the satellites, the asteroids, the black holes, the comets, the stars, Cupid, terrible joke. The breakdown of the actual tiles is 50 star tiles, 12 asteroids, 8 satellites, 9 planets, 8 black holes, and 8 comets. So you have a lot more stars than anything else, like orders of magnitude more stars, but that's okay. This is called the observation board where your standees are gonna go. You have the cat, you have a child, a fish, and the purple polka dotted space teddy bear. And underneath them, I have them on their side because otherwise you would not be able to see them. So this also indicates your turn order. So whoever gets into the first space here, let's say the cat was to pick this first space here, that means on the subsequent round, they would be picking first, if that's important to you. So yeah, so these are the components. Your drafting tiles and filling up your board. The comets, they get 1 point for every star that is orthogonally adjacent to them. We're gonna play a meta game of spot the difference. So asteroids you're gonna score them in clusters. According to this table, if you have 6 of them, you get 27 points. That's a lot. Black holes score a certain number of points. They score even more if they're not next to stars or planets or other black holes. Planets are just worth 3 points. You can put a planet in your area, worth 3 points. And satellites are going to score points based on black holes and planets that are adjacent to them, orthogonally adjacent to them. And that's sort of the setup here. And these are all double-sided. So on the other side, you have slightly different scoring conditions for everything. Just for an example, comets on this side will score 3 points for each constellation beside them. Whereas the default one, which you score 1 point for each star. Let me show you what some gameplay looks like on BGA, because the game is on BGA. So that will start right about now. Okay, so we have some gameplay here. All right, so my opponent went first, and I'll get a chance to pick an asteroid. So the asteroids score points based on how they're clustered and put together. I'll go ahead and put it on my board in hopes to get many, many more asteroids. We'll see what happens. I get to pick twice because if you look at the top, the player order is my opponent, me twice, and then my opponent, just based on where we landed. And then I have a star, which goes in 2 different directions. The nice thing is you can rotate the tiles to your advantage, which is good, or invert them, which always comes in handy. And then ultimately, when you get to the end of the game, you'll have all 20 actual spaces on your board populated, and then you begin to count up your score. So scoring up your comets, asteroids, black holes, planets, satellites, number of constellations you have, and your 2 largest constellations. And that's very summarized and very abbreviated, but that is how Twinkle Twinkle plays. You draft tiles and place them based on the scoring conditions that everyone is using which can start off pretty easy and then get increasingly more challenging. So that was Twinkle Twinkle. There should be a link in the description below for the Kickstarter, so you can back it and get a bunch of extra content. Like some of the standees will be acrylic, much like the tiles themselves. So go ahead and avail yourself of it if it's too late. I mean, Twinkle Twinkle's a fun game, so if you think it looks fun, just pick it up where you can. At your local Twinkle Twinkle store that only sells Twinkle Twinkle. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Take care, stay safe, be blessed.